one of the things that roles Airlink plays is as an advisor and resource to corporate America in terms of helping them understand, and individuals as well, understand how best to do good when there's a disaster. There's a problem that sometimes exists when people want to do good and want to give things, but it's not the right things. There are certain things that are needed in the immediate days after a major disaster. And quite frankly, while quilts and teddy bears are lovely gestures, that's not what's needed in the first days. That's not what's needed. And so what we try and do is make sure that we're using the very valuable asset that we have in aviation to deliver things that are most needed first.
Right.
And things that can't be delivered in any other way. And that in some places it's shelter like Tarps and Dominica. In other places it may be medicines. It could also be responders. And in fact, a good bulk of the work that Airlink does is helping to get volunteer responders and professionals, but mostly volunteer responders who work with some 80 different international relief organizations, help to get those volunteers into the places where they're going to help as doctors, as health educators, as people who are doing what we call muck and gut, which is after a flood or any big water event, cleaning out the homes of people who otherwise would not be able to afford it and therefore would not be able to move back in their homes. Setting up showering stations, cooking massive amounts of meals for people who have been displaced and are homeless. We have one group, World Central Kitchen, who we were able to fly their chefs into Palu, Indonesia this year, where there was just another earthquake and tsunami this last week. The Indonesian government has told the international community that they can handle the response so that there's not a need for responders coming from across the globe. We're glad for that and hope everyone is doing okay in the recovery of that. But just a month, 6 weeks ago in Palu, Indonesia, not too far from the site of this week's earthquake, there was another volcano, earthquake, tsunami. That's what happens in that ring in Indonesia. They needed people to come in and cook massive amounts of food, and these chefs from World Central Kitchen came in because Airlink flew them in, thanks to our partners at United and other airlines, at no cost, and got them to where they needed to go so they could feed 10 and 20,000 people at a time. When the wildfires happened earlier in the year in California, we were able to fly in the team from Operation Barbecue Relief. These are guys and gals who used to do the barbecue circuit down in the South and Southwest, and they say, hey, we can feed lots of people at once, really good meals. They made a nonprofit out of it after the Joplin, Missouri tornado a number of years ago. We flew them out to California. They took their trucks out there with their barbecue messes, and they fed 20,000 people, responders, people who had been homeless as a result of the fires. That's the good work that Airlink does every day.